There's a verse that's been on my heart for a few years, and I wanted to share it with you. Isaiah 43, 18 and 19. Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. And God's been bringing that verse to me over the last few years, and it's very special to me. Behold, I am doing a new thing. And the thing that really struck me about that, as God shared it with me, was the I. I am doing a new thing. I am making a way. I am making streams in the desert. I am making it. And I've been really deeply challenged by that. It's not us and all our stuff and all the things we do and our programs and everything. Wonderful those are. God says, I will do it. I will do it, he says. And so that's kind of the background, because just over literally a couple of weeks, 2 weeks ago, a year ago, in one night, I was just going to sleep, and I had this, just lifted up into God's presence, and I had this amazing vision of fire. And I saw that God was lighting beacons of fire all across our nation, and starting here in Reading and spreading out across the nation. And the woman of faith that I am, I woke up the next morning, the cold light of day, and you suddenly think, was that really of God? Did I have too much cheese the night before? And I prayed, I wrote it all down in my journal, and I prayed, and I thought, is this you, Lord? And then I thought, well, do you know what? I thought, if you use the test, isn't it, about is it going to build people up? I thought, well, it can't be bad to call people to pray. So even if it's not of God, it won't be positively bad. So maybe I should just summon all my faith. But anyway, because I felt that it would start in Reading, I rang Yinka and said, I've had this vision, and I just want to share it with you and test it with you. So we met together a couple of days later, didn't we? And what I didn't know is when I shared it was going to start in Reading and spread out, he thought it was going to start in Plymouth. I've only found that out. And so he ignored it. And and if I'm honest, because I'm still learning in these things, I thought, well, is it really Reading? Because that's just like near where I live. So maybe that's just me. So I kind of sort of screened it out myself a bit. Meanwhile, I've issued a call to the prayer to all our Baptist churches, 2,000 Baptist churches in our country, and called them to prayer with a thing called Beacons of Prayer, because I felt the fire was people praying. I felt that what God was calling us to was to wait on him, to seek him, because he wanted to do a new thing, and he needed us to kind of make space for him, to enable him to move amongst us. No agendas, just praying and making space for God to move, and waiting on God so that we might perceive, I thought that was a very key word, that we might perceive what he's doing and not our own thing. And I said at the end of the first post that I put on the internet, I have no idea what's going to happen, but I believe this is what God said, and I'm just putting it out there, basically.